Hello, and thank you all for joining us today. On behalf of the Brain Innovations team, we would like to welcome all the potential investors that have joined us today. And thank you for the opportunity that we have to be able to pitch our ideas. We hope that we will be able to answer all of your questions today as you invest more into our new startup company. Today, we are especially excited to be able to announce some of our new products and innovations that are coming out through our company. The first and most important that we will focus on in this presentation being the eyeball. Have you ever played golf? Even if you haven't, you've probably heard about it and know some of the rules. Golf is one of the pastimes that is growing in our nation and that is very popular among many sports enthusiasts of many different ages. If you have played golf, you understand that there are many highs and lows that happen in the game of golf. There are many good times where you sink the right putt and get your ball on the green. And if you golf anything like me, you also know that there's a lot of frustrating times as well when your ball doesn't exactly go where you want it. Among these frustrating times, perhaps the most frustrating is when you lose your ball. There's many times when you hit that long drive and it sails and sails and sails and lands itself right in the rough, the tall grass, the thorn bushes, or possibly even the neighbor's living room or front lawn. And possibly that ball will never be seen again. Apart from just the time it takes to be able to look for a ball and all the time that you spend digging through the grass and the weeds, the other frustrating part of it is that with every lost ball comes a certain cost to be able to replace that ball. What Eyeball targets is a way that customers can refrain from losing their golf balls and be able to track where they go to never lose a golf ball again. Eyeball uses a new innovative technology that puts a GPS tracking microchip into every golf ball that's bought that allows the golfer to be able to track its exact location wherever it lies and wherever you hit it. Eyeball will be able to help the consumer be able to track their golf balls so that they don't lose them and that they can avoid the cost of having to replace golf balls every time they are on the course. Now, what you might be thinking, especially if you follow the innovations in golfing technology, we are not the only ones and the only company that has this GPS technology available. But perhaps what adds even more value and makes us unique as a company is that with every eyeball sold, there's also an accompanying iPhone smartphone app that is able to accompany the golf ball technology and be able to give the golfers a more enjoyable and a more meaningful golfing experience. This app that we've developed in-house gives golfers the opportunity to sync their golf ball to their app so that they may be able to have their screen and phone with them to be able to track their golf ball wherever it lands. Through their extended Bluetooth GPS tracking technology, there will be a radio signal sent back to the phone that will allow the golfer to be able to go and find their ball and figure out where it landed. This will help golfers to be able to pinpoint their balls, be able to find them much faster, and to not be able to lose these balls again. Now, the app will also add even more value to some golfers, no matter whether they are experienced or not experienced. If you're not experienced and you tend to lose a lot of golf balls, this will help you minimize the amount of golf balls that you lose, and perhaps to zero and never lose a golf ball again. If you are advanced and tend to lose less golf balls, the app will also allow a different technology that will also allow the golfer to be able to see how far, how fast, and different statistics with how far their golf ball has went. That will be able to appear on their phone and make it very easily and accessible and user-friendly to golfers of all ages to be able to use this app. The golf balls will be sold in many different channels in retail stores, and the app will be able to be downloaded accompanying the golf balls for free so that the golfer may be able to continue this experience and be able to use all this technology to their advantage. Now that you understand a little bit more about our businesses and products and services, please allow us to take a minute to explain why this new product will be a hole-in-one when it comes to new opportunity to be able to change the game of golf. In our initial research about this product and its performance, we took a survey in which only one person out of 50 people surveyed said that they would not switch from using a regular golf ball to a new GPS eyeball Once these customers were able to understand the value that the new golf balls gave them, all of them said that they were willing to switch and realized the cost effectiveness of switching to these new golf balls to be able to not spend constant valuable time on the golf course searching for lost balls. For those of you that understand a little bit about the golf industry, it is easy to see how golf is a very lucrative option for many businesses with high margins. Golf is usually reserved for those of higher income spending that spend a lot of time on the golf course and that are not afraid of spending a little money for the best gear and anything that'll give them the edge on the golf course. To go into the industry analysis a little bit, you can see that the golf consumer market as a whole is over $25 billion. Retail golf sales in the USA totaled $25 billion in just 2013 alone. And many of that was from online purchases, from retail purchases, and many other things. So we can see that the industry as a whole is very large, that there's a lot of money, and that many golf balls are bought every year. Because of the size of the industry, we've decided that it's important to figure out a target customer and who we will target as part of that industry. Our target customer is that of a middle-aged man that is aged from 30 to 55 that has a large chunk of their income spent on golfing every year. We've calculated that out to be at least or around $2,800 spent in golf in terms of memberships, gear, golf balls, and in total. It is important to notice that with this target customer will be able to be effective and profitable for us to be able to be marketable, because these are the ones that spend a lot of time on the golf course and that have a high enough income that they are able to spend on such items such as our eyeballs golf ball. It is important to note that of this target group, it's found that they lose approximately 1.3 balls per round, and some are more and some are less, and that they always are trying to have the competitive edge in general in terms of their equipment and whatever will make them to be able to achieve a higher performance on the golf course. Upon further analysis of our target customer, we were able to dive deeper and be able to research a little bit more about them and who they are. We were able to find some shocking data that is in our favor and helps us feel more confident that we will be profitable in our target market segment. Among that are of the results of many of the surveys that we were able to give. For example, there is a large percentage of this target market that said that they would use the golf ball app, and they do currently know how to use apps because they use many of them on their phones currently. Many of these people also said that the eyeball would help improve their golf game, and that they would be willing to buy it, a 3-pack set of eyeball, to be able to test it out and try it on their own golf game. Overall, it seemed profitable and productive for this target market, and that it shows real potential in the amount that we will be able to sell and the amount of interest that we will have as the product is launched. Even though we now know who our target customer is and feel confident that we will be able to turn a profit with this product in that segment, it is also important to recognize the different levels of competition that we have and that we will experience. This chart here shows a little bit of the industry research that we were able to do on a lot of the other competitors that we will go up against in terms of golf balls and their technology. As you can see, Brain Innovation stacks up against all of these very, very nicely, which allows golfers these new additional services of the tracked golf ball and the screen plus the app to be able to enhance their golf game through the performance without sacrificing the quality of the overall golf ball that they will still experience. This helps us to feel confident that we have made strides to be competitive against our competitors, and that there is yet someone in the marketplace that will be able to duplicate our exact results, and that we will be unique in the market because we combine two important aspects of quality and technology to help the golf ball or the golfer's golf game. Now, this idea of Brain Innovations and the eyeball phone app and GPS technology was not something that was dreamed up overnight, but actually came as a result of a lot of hard work and a lot of sweat and a lot of tears of the Brain Innovations team. So let's go ahead and meet the brains. You can be rest assured that this company will be in good hands, as all 6 of these workers have been in the business ever since it started and have been co-founders in the technologies and the idea and the startup company that has come out of it. Every one of these guys is dedicated to their individual roles and the company as a whole, and you can be rest assured that the company will be in safe hands with them at the wheel, driving these sales and driving this growth. Every one of them is excited to see this project through, and he's excited to make sure that this business is successful and continues to grow as we strive to help golfers improve their golf game, while maintaining high margins and profits for the investors that they serve. Okay, without further ado, let's dive into a little bit about the finances and the projections of this company. So right now what you're looking at is the potential income statement that we can have that shows some of our projections and goals moving out into the future. I'd like to go over a couple of the key points about it. First, you might notice that there is pretty substantial, significant, aggressive growth that happens within the first few years of business being open. That is because we primarily intend to use the money that we are given in the venture capitalist funds to be able to get into some of the large sport retail chains that are around, that we may be able to jumpstart our sales right from the get-go. These companies will be able to provide a large sum of orders in high volume that will be able to give us a good jump start and be able to get our name out there in the marketplace. As we continue to grow into more and more retail chains, we should be able to sustain that growth and build up to high volumes in the future. Now, another thing that you might notice is that for the first 2 years, we are operating in a negative net income. That will mostly be due to the fact of the large upfront costs that we will have for the manufacturing of our product. There will be some labor that is expensed in the manufacturing, some of the shipping, and then definitely the machines that are used to make the golf balls. With all of these, going into it with all of these will allow us to be able to jumpstart our operations and get the ball rolling. And it is also important to note that by the end of year 3, we're back in the positive and making a return on the investment for the investors that choose to invest in our company. Let's take a closer look at the potential cash flows for the investors. As we mentioned before, we will have a negative net income for the first 2 years due to the upfront expenses that we will have. But due to the high volumes that we're selling and the high margin of the product and the industry that we are in, we should be able to turn a profit again as soon as year 3, which will provide a good short-term investment strategy for many of the investors that come in. As we continue to grow, that net income continues to grow at a steady amount, and by the end of a few years down the road, we will be able to turn a high profit and be able to pay back the loans that the investors have given us, and that their equity that they receive will be able to grow. Well, that about does it for our presentation. Thank you for watching, and we hope that we have been able to answer many of your questions and be able to inspire you to see the vision of this company and the overall opportunity that is here. We would like to thank you again for watching this presentation. We hope that we will be able to get your help as we get this company up off the road and be able to get the money and be able to receive the profits that it has potentially in the future. We are asking for that loan and that money amount from you, the venture capitalist, to be able to help us to capture this vision and be a part of it. We hope to share this vision with you, that we can get this company up and going, that you can be a part of it every step of the way. We hope that through this presentation and through many of the questions that we will help you answer after, we will be able to help you see that this investment opportunity really will be a hole-in-one for you as investors. Thank you for your time, and we know it will be a pleasure working with you in the future.